Today I'm standing in a homeless camp, a camp that is part of a string of camps that run on for a considerable distance, camps that are all active. And the camp that I'm in right now, in all probability, will have people sleeping in it tonight. Each one of us is on a journey of life. And I would like to take this time today to tell you the story of one of the incredible people that we met during our journey.
I'm from a two-parent home, a lower income family. My father worked 2 jobs. My mother was an in-house homemaker with a beauty shop in our house, and she was a PTA president of all of my schools, Kent Elementary, Roosevelt Junior High School, and South High Schools, to ensure that we got an education, me and my 6 other brothers and sisters. Just raised in a Christian home, my mother and father gave us Christian values to love all people from all races. I joined the Army December of 1975, 6 months after I got out of high school. Served 3 years active duty Army. I got immediately out of the Army and joined the Air Force Reserves for another 5 years. And I came out the rank of E5 Staff Sergeant with a top secret military clearance communications specialist. And that led me to a lot of different opportunities in employment. Corporate America, worked in banks, insurance companies. Then I got tired of doing that. I started my own paint business for 10 years. And that's when things started going south as far as my decisions on behavior and people I hung around with, drug use, alcohol abuse, start getting into incarcerations and nothing real serious, just being a menace to society, basically. And I found myself homeless. Homelessness is a dark place. It's, you know, you have people that have mental problems, you have people that have substance abuse problems, alcohol problems, you have people that just don't want to work, they just don't care. It's a place that I wouldn't wish on anybody to be homeless. I really wouldn't, because there's times when you don't know when you're going to eat. You don't know when you're going to get arrested for being in a criminal trespass area. You don't know if someone's going to come in there and beat the crap out of you or whatever. You just don't know. And it's a place that's like you're hopeless. You're helpless because you need help. I needed help. It's hard to get out of that. And it's a place that you don't want to be. My day was just getting up in the morning, hustling money to get drugs. Over 20 years, I mean, real deep into the drug use and alcohol abuse and homelessness, not so much that long, but I'll say a good 10 solid years there. Just living in vacant houses and apartment building hallways and park benches in the OSU area. And things, they really got bad. Because when you're out there on the street, you just don't care. You start getting into things with other people and you just don't have any way up. I had a few deaths in my family, my aunt, my mother, my grandmother, all within maybe a 1 or 2 year period. And I just couldn't handle the depression, the distress. And so I started making bad decisions on behavior, alcohol use, drug use. It started off with just beer and marijuana, then it progressed to liquor and then crack cocaine. And those were devastating times for me, very dark times for me. And I lost a lot. I gave up on a lot of things. You know, I just didn't know how to get out of it. So I dug deeper into that dark world. I was down as far as I can go at that point. And I would sit in vacant houses and just say, God, what's my purpose? This is not what you want me to do. You know, what's my purpose? Well, I was actually panhandling there at that establishment at 12th and High, and that was my spot. I had been there for years. And to see you all come there and to boldly walk up to me, because I looked a hot mess back then. And you know, I was somebody you probably didn't want to approach, but you all did. And Dan walked up to me, Brother Dan of the Better Way Ministry walked up to me and said, where would you be tonight if you died? And I told him I probably wouldn't be going to the place I needed to be going. And that really struck me. That really struck me. And then when you all put your hands on me and prayed for me, I felt alleviation right then and there. It's like you don't want to give up that life because you're thinking you're giving up your life. But giving up that life you're gaining, you're actually born again. You know, I'm a new person now. I knew that I was born again, but the world doesn't forgive. And so they were holding me back with background checks. They kept reminding me of my past. I looked for probably 6 apartments, even though I had a housing voucher. I could not find a place. And I said, wow, this is something. This is something right here. And that's what it is. Homeless people get a bad rap because we all have different stories, different issues, and different problems. And society really, gives you I don't know, they paint a bad picture of it. And so I said to myself, I can't turn back. I got to keep going. I got to press forward and don't let anything or anybody discourage me from that. It was like a weight on my shoulder. It was like chains up around my neck. It was a whole brand new world to me. And to have a place of my own that I hadn't had in decades was just, to me, it was a miracle. It was a major breakthrough because without a stable place, to me, to serve the Lord, you have to be, sort of set an example for other people. And now, and even then, I had to lead by example and to set examples for other people and to tell them, look, if I did it, you can too. This right here was a breakthrough for me. For me to have a key to my own place, after being on the street for so long, being incarcerated chronically for so long, this is a breakthrough for me. Just to have this key right here is a breakthrough. And I've had this key for over 10 years now. I'm still alive and I'm able to just spread God's word and maybe someone else can have a key just like this to a place. It's the most exhilarating thing for someone to have.
There are 2 truths that I want to make certain that we convey today. The first truth is this: there is a God who desires to embrace us. He desires to accept us exactly where we are, regardless of what we've done, whether we're living in a penthouse someplace or whether we're living in the tent house in the homeless camp. The second truth is this: He loves us far too much to leave us there. We begin to discover His plan for our life as He takes us places that we could never go on our own. I want to invite you today to please send me an email at the address that's on your screen. I'd like you to tell me about your journey of life, where you are, where it is you'd like to go. I'd love to begin a conversation with you about your journey of life. Let's talk soon.